Today on Trek Wars, we are going to be looking finally at Kirk era Starfleet cruisers. Now, there's some very interesting thing about cruisers that I think we should know before we continue in this era. So, first off, the size of a destroyer in the Federation and the size of a cruiser isn't as large as you would think it is. All right, so first and foremost, when you look at a destroyer versus a cruiser, you'll notice that they're pretty similar in design and they're pretty similar in size. There's not that big of a difference. So in the Kirk era, the part of the reason why ships don't get too large is because their shield technology kind of forces them to keep their ships somewhat small. And so you'll see that a destroyer is going to be anywhere between 260 meters to at a max 300. But when you start getting into cruisers, your smallest cruiser is 236, and then your largest is around 323 or 336, sorry. So you'll see that there really isn't that big of a difference between cruisers and destroyers. And the reason for that is Starfleet is building ships in order to mass produce starships. A lot of them are using the same technology. But you got to remember that these are all new ships. Now, we're thinking about the Kirk era. Typically, they're old. But these are all state-of-the-art, and this is the fleet that has been reorganized by Starfleet. So all these ships are state-of-the-art. The next thing that you want to think about when you're remembering cruisers is Starfleet cruisers are much larger than their counterparts. And they're much more technologically advanced. And these are some of the things that I didn't really catch or really realize until later. All right, guys, so I just want to let you know that I made a mistake with how mega phasers work. They do not affect the actual warp speed. I had made an accident based on limited data with only destroyers. So once I got to the cruisers and other ships, I realized that this is not true, that this was just because of the design and different purpose of the starships, and there was a mistake on my part. I want you guys to know that. Some of you guys caught that and were like, I don't think this is correct. I went and researched it, and the audience was correct. I did make a big mistake there. So we're going to go ahead and correct that, and we're going to kind of talk about what our manual says that is different than maybe what I've said in the past, so we have an understanding of what's going on as we go forward. So for whatever reason, torpedoes range is 2.0. Standard phasers is 2.5, and mega phasers range is 1.0, and you'll see like it says X to the 6. So that's represented. It's supposed to be power. So that tells us that mega phasers are long-range weaponry, and torpedoes and standard phasers are more of a medium to short range, with torpedoes being the shortest range. Now, that's a weird concept to me because I've always thought that torpedoes were the long-range weapon, or at least they will be in later iterations of Star Trek, like Next Generation. So remember, during this time period, torpedo technology isn't the torpedo technology that we all know. It's not as sophisticated. It's basically, this is the next generation where torpedo technology starts becoming absolutely mainstream. So we know the original Kirk era starships, torpedo technology is kind of new. They've kind of mastered torpedo technology. It's on all starships, and it just doesn't have the range that future torpedoes do. So our torpedoes do 10 to 50 megatons. Our standard phasers are 0.2 terawatts. And our mega phasers are 2.60 terawatts. So they're about, five times stronger, basically. And the power rate, if you were to do the math, it's 0.52, and it's times 30 bursts. And if we do that, we get a burst of 15.6 terawatts. And then if we do mega phasers, they fire 15 times. 2.60 times 15 equals obviously 39. So they're doing 39 terawatts. So they're almost basically a little more than double the amount of damage. Not as high as I think I thought they would be. And obviously, photon torpedoes, they have a rate of 10. So we don't really ever see them firing 10 on screen. It's usually single shot. But in our generation here, everything is 10. Okay, and we spent enough time on that. Let's get to the ships. Class Hatfield, Command Cruiser. The Command Cruiser is a swift and very powerful vessel. The addition of an extra extended primary hull and a third warp nacelle gives the craft outstanding acceleration, top speed, and firepower. The Command Cruiser serves as the flagship for the fleet's engagements. The vessel is equipped with extensive ECM equipment to help it survive. Alright, so the Hatfield has a shield index of 1.03. It has hold off of 3.01. So its hold off is pretty good for the Federation starship. It's definitely above average. Its refreshment rate is 5.20. This is a good refreshment rate. For a cruiser, it's about half. Or for, I'm not a cruiser. Yeah, for a cruiser, it's about half. So it's real good. And its breakdown is 7.85. So it has shields that will be able to take very heavy caliber weapons. It's almost 6 times or almost 7 times actually better than the average shields that we've seen. Now, its construction is 20. There are 20 of these ships in Starfleet. That's a pretty average Federation construction. Now, its ECM is 1.32. This is extremely good. So this ship can jam other ships. It can get through. It's really good. It's phenomenal for a cruiser. Now, the ship hull is 275,527. This ship is huge. This is a really powerful, this is a large starship. It's almost twice the size of a destroyer. Its length is 321. So this is a massive starship. Its crew is enormous at 520. Its cargo is 520, which is phenomenal. Its impulse power is 0.71. So this ship is not going anywhere very fast. It's huge, it's heavy, it's slow. Its warp power index is 1.08, slightly above average. Its optimal warp speed is 5. Its max is 7, and its emergency is 8.5. So this ship is incredibly fast. Now we get to its weaponry. Its phaser power is 1.13. So overall, that is really good. Its phaser banks are 9. So this ship is armed to the teeth. It also has 2 mega phasers on top of that. And it has 2 photon torpedoes. So this ship is just bristling with weapons. Its long-range sensors are 1, which is just standard. Its short-range sensors are just 1, which is just standard. Now, its shuttlecrafts are 35. Now, 35 shuttlecrafts is enormously high. And when I break down and look at these shuttlecrafts, there'll be 4 worker bees, 4 travel bees, aquatic shuttles 2, light shuttles 2, standard shuttles 16, heavy shuttles 2, cargo shuttles 2, assault shuttles 3, killer bees 2, fighters 4, heavy fighters 2. So this ship has a large complement of secondary craft, and they don't say it, but it's basically a cruiser on top of all this thing. And I mean, not a cruiser. I mean, it's a cruiser, but it's also a carrier. Now, when I look at this thing, for a Federation starship, it has an enormous price tag of $276,999. This is an incredibly expensive starship. Overall, when I look at its stats, I have no complaint. I think this is a solid design. It can do just about everything. This is a fantastic command ship. I have no issues with it. Next on our list is the Potestic class cruiser. The cruiser was designed as the backbone of the Federation for defense exploration duties. It is equipped with moderate laboratories and weapon systems. The cruiser is often used as a research platform in areas where pure research vessels may not be able to take care of itself. Alright, so we look at the Potestic. Its shield index is 1. Its hold off is 3.46. Its refreshment rate is 9.84. Phenomenal refreshment rate. The other stuff is just average. Its breakdown is pretty low at 1.18. But when I look at, yeah, it's pretty low. Its shielding is really good at refreshment rate. Everything else is just average. Its construction is 38. Its ECM is 1. Its hull value is 184,938. So this thing is better than cruisers by a significant amount. Its length is 313, so it's a large ship. It has a crew of 406, which is pretty large. Cargo is 397, which is real good, but for a cruiser, it's a little bit on the lower side. Its impulse power is 1.06. That's good for a ship of its size. Its warp power index is 1.07. That's also good. It's just average. Optimal warp speed is 4. Max is 6. And then emergency is 8. So warp speed is all average. Now, phaser power is 0.94. Average should be 1. It's a little bit below average, but not really that much. It's still heavily armed. It has 8 phaser banks. Most Federation starships have 6. Mega phasers, 0. Photon torpedoes, 2. Long-range sensors are 0.98, a little bit below average, but not terrible. And then short range is average at 1.02, and it has a standard of 17 shuttles. So 17 shuttles is the standard for most cruisers. Not really too impressive there. Its cost is $186,158. So this ship is a good ship. I have no problems with it. Its stats are all pretty average for a cruiser. What it is it's a cheaper alternative to a heavy cruiser. It's almost identical to the heavy cruiser. It's just cheaper. So when I look at this ship, you're getting almost the exact same ship, and it's a little bit cheaper. So it's absolutely a good design. So next on our list isn't actually a cruiser, but it's in its own category, so it was added. And that is the Star League class dreadnought. The dreadnought is a swift and very powerful starship. Based on its general design of the heavy cruiser, the addition of a third warp nacelle gives the craft outstanding acceleration, top speed, and firepower. The dreadnought could also be classified as a fast heavy cruiser. The vessel is equipped with extensive ECM equipment to help it survive. All right, so the Star League has a shield index of 1.05. That's just average. Its hold off is 3.46, average. Its refreshment rate is 9.43, very good. Breakdown 1.28, not really too impressive. Construction, there are only 20 of these ships. Now, its ECM is 1.12, which is above average, but it's not as good as the command cruiser. It's good, but it's not as good as the command cruiser. So for a cruiser, it's really good ECM. Its hull is 231,785, so this ship is tanky, very, very tough. Its length is 323, so it's a large ship. Its crew is very large at 466. Its cargo is enormous at 503, so it's really good for deep space exploration and long-range missions. Now, its impulse power is 0.85. This is not good. The ship's not very maneuverable. Its warp power is 1.28. This is very good for a Federation starship, especially a large starship like this. Its optimal warp speed is 5, which is really fast. Its max is 7, and its emergency is 8.5. So this thing is very fast. Its phaser power is 1.13. This is, like I said, a little bit above average. This is good. It has a lot of firepower. It's got 12 phaser banks. No mega phasers, 2 photon torpedoes, long-range sensors 1.02. That's just pretty average. Short range 1.04. Once again, average. Shuttlecraft 17, average. Price $233,170. So its cost, and this is a construction cost, so everyone knows, is very high. This is a very expensive ship. Do I agree with the design? Absolutely. It's fast. It's got a lot of weapons. It's an expensive ship, but it's classified as a dreadnought, and it's definitely able to do that job. Definitely a pass, in my opinion. All right, so next on our list is a ship that is a very similar design to the Constellation, but this is actually called the Cheetah class, and it's the first four-engine warp nacelle Federation starship that is built with the new generation technology. So it is referred to as a fast cruiser. The fast cruiser was designed to meet Starfleet's need for a fast, general-purpose cruiser. The cruiser is able to maintain standard speeds for long-range periods of time than most other vessels due to the use of four warp nacelles, which phase shift through mixed sets to reduce the stress of any one engine. This allows the cruiser to reach areas quicker than most other vessels. All right, so with the Cheetah, we're going to definitely pay close attention to its stats. So its shield index is 0.97, slightly below what we'd be expecting. Now its hold-off rate is phenomenal, 1.79. So it's going to be really hard to do damage to this ship with bleed through. It's got almost no bleed through. It's the best in the fleet. Now, its refreshment rate is only 5.08, but for a Federation starship, that's still really good. Now, for a cruiser, though, it's about half of what you would expect, but this is where the ship really shines, right? Its breakdown rate is 6.10. So it's one of the best breakdown points. So this thing can take heavy weapons, and the shielding will not collapse. Really good. So overall, it has phenomenal shields. Now, the ship is a specialty vessel. There are only 10 constructed. Its ECM is below average at 0.94. Its hull is 179,047. So it can still take a good beating. It's still a strong, tough ship. Its length is only 267. So it's a pretty small ship for a cruiser. Its crew is relatively low at 346. Now, its cargo is not good at 189. I would consider that very low cargo, especially for something that's a cruiser. Now, its impulse power is 1.10, so it's got standard maneuverability. This is the part where it gets crazy. Its warp power is 2.21. This is the most powerful warp ship than the fleet. So its warp power index is better than anything else in the fleet. Its optimal warp speed is warp 7. That is insane. Its max speed is 8.5. That's better than most ships' emergency speed. And then its emergency speed is 9.5. So this is one of the fastest ships that Starfleet has. Now, there will be a second generation starships. There's like one ship, I think, faster than this. But during the Starfleet era, this is the fastest ship. Now, its phaser power is not good. It's 0.73. It only has 6 phasers, no mega phasers, 2 photon torpedoes, but it has phenomenal long-range sensors at 1.98. They are the best sensors that Starfleet has. Its short-range sensors are 0.78. Its shuttlecrafts are below average at 12. Its cost is $179,925. For a ship that can do in the speed and the shielding, it is phenomenal. I think this is a fantastic design. You want to be able to get there really fast and help out, great. Now, personally, I don't think that as a combat vessel, it's going to do much of anything. It has the weaponry of a destroyer, and its refreshment rate is lower than a normal destroyer. It's not very well armed. We're not really caring about that. This ship is built for speed, and it can defeat other destroyers easily by its refreshment rate. So this thing is in the cruiser category because of its shielding. All the other stats are pretty similar to a destroyer, but it is got a powerful hull. 179. The average for a destroyer is 114,000. This is still a powerful ship, and it deserves the category of cruiser. I like this design, and the price point is pretty low for a cruiser, so I give this a gold star. All right, next on our list is everyone's favorite. It is the heavy cruiser. Now, the heavy cruiser class is called the Enterprise. So the heavy cruiser is the most versatile and recognizable starship in the Federation, equipped with both extensive laboratories and weapon systems. The vessel can easily conduct both research and military operations. The cruiser is often used as a research platform in areas that are too dangerous for research vessels. The heavy cruiser has proven to be the most successful design of a capital ship, exhibiting a perfect blend of speed, power, performance. Very often, due to the versatility of the vessel, it is called upon for diplomatic duties. All right, so shield index is 1, hold off is 3.24, its refreshment rate is 9.21, really good, a little bit lower than some of the other cruisers. Breakdown 1.11, shields are all average, but good for cruisers. Construction rate is massive at 50, ECM is 1, average. Its hull value is 197,543, really strong ship. Length 321, large ship. Crew 434, pretty large crew. Cargo is phenomenal, 450. It's good. It's lower than some of the other ships, but that's still really good. Impulse power is 1, warp power is 1. Optimal warp speed is 4, max is 6, emergency is 8, all average. Phaser power is 1, is average. Phaser banks is 9, so this ship is heavily armed. Mega phasers 0, and then torpedoes 2. Sensors 1, short range sensors 1. All these things are average. And shuttlecrafts is 17, which is average. The cost of the ship is 198,864. That is high, but for what you get, the ship is good. Overall, successful design. I like it. It can do a lot. For the price point, it's cheaper than some of these other bigger ships on here, such as the Hatfield and the Star League, and it does a similar job. So is this ship a successful ship? Yes, it's good. Now it talks about its sensors. Its sensors for everything are 1. So its sensors are not the greatest, but they're good, and they're better than average enemies out there. So one of the things I didn't realize, and I'll just kind of talk about this, you don't really see this, is I did a breakdown of this, of the Klingons, and I realized that Federation technology is significantly higher, and the ships are better quality. So our heavy cruiser is bigger than pretty much anything that the Klingons have. I don't know about the Romulans yet because I haven't broke them down yet. We'll have to do them later. But this ship is, for a heavy cruiser doing its job, it outclasses just about anything the Klingons have during this time period. All right, next on our list is the Shanks class. It's a light cruiser. In an attempt to produce a cost-effective cruiser, the Federation created the light cruiser equipped with moderate laboratories and weapon systems. The vessel conducts both research and military operations at an economic cost. The cruiser is often used as a light research platform in areas where a pure research vessel may not be able to take care of itself. All right, so the shield index is 1.05. That's average. Its hold off is 4.71. So it's got very poor hold off abilities for a cruiser. Its refreshment rate is 1.34, which is unbelievably low. Its breakdown rate is 1.60, which is slightly above cruisers, but some of our cruisers have massive breakdowns. This ship, I'm just going to say it have an average breakdown. Overall, its shields are terrible. Construction, 42. There's a lot of these ships. The ECM is 1. The hull strength is 136,030. 137. So it has basically the same strength as an average destroyer. Not impressive at all. Its length is 236. So this ship is very small. Its crew is 347. And its cargo is not good at all. It's 182. Its impulse power is 1.45. So this ship is very maneuverable. Its warp power is 1.45, which is also really good. Its optimal warp speed is 4, max is 6, emergency is 8. These are all average. Its phaser firepower is average at 0.96, or its phaser power index. It has a standard of 6 phasers, no mega phasers, 2 photon torpedoes. Its sensors are 0.97, and short range sensors are 1.13, which is a little bit above average for a Federation cruiser. Its shuttlecrafts are below average at 12. Its cost is $136,897. So it's a light cruiser. We're not expecting a whole lot. This is an absolute failure, and I want to explain why. So at the price point of $136,000, you could be building an interceptor, okay, which is a far better starship, which has better stats, more torpedoes, and can do just about everything this ship does. There's nothing that the destroyer classes are doing that this ship can't even do what some of the destroyers are doing. It's the same cost as a destroyer, right? But it can't do the job that it needs to do. This ship is terrible. It's a piece of shit that should never have been constructed at all. The fact that its impulse is good, it just means it's operating like a destroyer. Its warp power at 1.45, I don't know why it has such a powerful warp engine, but yet it has no stats to back up that warp power. So warp power, the more warp power he has, the more energy basically you have going to different weapon systems and the routing and all this other stuff, and how you can move power from back and forth and all this kind of crap. The ship can do that, but it has nothing to do it with. Its shielding is garbage. Now, if this ship, in my opinion, I think that the refreshment rate should have been something like 2.5 or 3, and then I'd be fine with this ship if it had better refreshment rate, because it can't even defeat average destroyers, and yet it's in the cruiser category, and it's a light cruiser, so I'm not expecting it to be badass or anything. But if you guys can notice, I hate this ship. I absolutely hate this ship. So I want to talk a little bit about Federation cruisers for the end of this video here. So I did do a breakdown of Klingon cruisers, and I'm putting them in the same breaking down or stats that we're using here for our manuals. But this manual doesn't exist that I'm aware of for the Klingons. So I had to use older manuals for Klingons that have some of the data, and then I had to use stuff like VASA or whatever in order to compensate for the missing data. So it takes way longer to do the Klingons and the Romulans. But when I did do that, because I based off what the Klingon data sheets say comparing to other ships that are what we have, and then I could figure out what they are. And one of the things I really noticed is that I talk a lot of crap about Federation ships like 186 and stuff like that for the cargo. That's actually not that bad compared to other races. It's actually pretty good. And a lot of the other races are 100 and below for cargo. And the reason for that is Federation ships are deep space exploration is their primary goal, and defense is the second. So Federation ships overall are much bigger than what I'm seeing for cruisers and destroyers on their counterparts. And so Federation starships have better engines, better everything. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And we'll talk a little bit more of that in future videos. I will finish off the Federation, and we'll do the Klingons last, I think. Do you guys, put it in the comments, do you want me to do the Klingons next, or do you want me to continue to Federation frigates next? So Federation frigates are going to be like the Reliant and things of that nature. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching Trek Wars. If you like this material, please subscribe and make a comment. And with that being said, victory is life.